What's up everyone and welcome to a mega build episode. As mentioned last time, today I will build the second island of my floating sky island empire. It will be used for the over-the-top trading hall, so stay tuned for that one. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. In episode 3, I hinted at two little secrets in my base and I haven't shown these yet. First one is very hard to spot. It is simply this hidden barrel. But what is it for? Well, I beheaded a lot of mobs, so this is now the storage for that hobby. Just kidding. This is a data pack I added and now I can get a mob head from all of them. I also added another data pack. Now I can trade for micro blocks with the Wandering Trader. Basically they're player heads with the textures of blocks. For 1 emerald and the block in question, you get 8 micro blocks. I definitely want to get my hands on all of them at some point. Now onto the second secret, which is more practical than the first one. It is the good old trick behind the painting. Through this secret passage I can access the inside of the island. This is kinda like a maintenance area. So whenever something's not working properly or if I want to change the item filters, I can easily access these parts because of that hidden entrance. Anyways, let's focus on building. As you can see, I added a collection system for the Shulker farm and also moved the switch to the AFK platform. I AFK'd at the farm for some time. Surely we'll have one or the other shell to make a couple more Shulker boxes. Yeah, okay, that might be more than I'll ever need. Anyways, while the farm was running, it has gathered 6 total shulkers in the supercharger. Essentially, it speeds up the farm quite a lot, producing even more shells. At top speed, this farm can produce over 1000 shells per hour. Once I start building the farms in the perimeter, which aim for crazy production rates, I will need a lot of shulker boxes for storing that many items. However, shulker boxes are actually also a pretty cool block for decoration. I mean, there are 16 different colors to dye them with. You can essentially make them fit into any block palette. Before we start with the main part of the mega build, let me explain what I envisioned for this. At first, I wanted to have a giant villager statue that's in some sort of lunge position. With its arms, it should carry the trading hall over its head. However, after many hours of designing, I couldn't do the legs. I have never really built a statue before and the legs were really hard to do, so I came up with a different idea to solve this problem. Let me just cut off the legs and place a portal at the waist. Now the villager statue emerges from a portal and I won't have to build any legs. Also this way the statue will be in the air instead of kneeling on the seafloor. Now there's no connection to the ground, which fits a lot better into the Sky Empire theme. Anyways, let's get this build started. My first portal idea was to make a pixel art of an emerald, however that turned out to be a weird mix. That's when I decided to go for an all glass portal. I still kept the colors of the emerald though, resulting in a gradient from white glass to lime, over green to grey and finally black at the center. For the statue I wanted it to resemble a villager. However, I didn't want it to be too blocky, but not too realistic either, still keeping some of the Minecraft features. I'd like to think I achieved that, but you'll be the judge of that, so here's the time lapse. Wow, this is starting to look amazing. I can already picture an incredible scenery once all the islands are built. However, that's still far, far away in the future. Moving on to the final part of the island. I didn't want it to be the same as the one I did for my base because of 2 reasons. Firstly, I want to build many different things instead of the same thing over and over again. Secondly, if I added these stone spikes underneath the island, they would get in the way of the statue or cover it up. So this island is a bit less thick, and instead of using the same palette, I only used dirt and similar looking blocks. The texture turned out to be a random mix of dirt, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, dripstone block, and at the top moss instead of grass blocks. Sadly, I have bad news. For some inexplicable reason, the replay file of building this cannot be opened. It seems to be corrupted or something. I tried to fix it, but nothing worked. So all I can show you now is a time-lapse when I added the grass and flowers on top, finishing the build. What I mean by finishing the build is simply the island without the trading hall. However, I'm not done yet with working on the main base. Next up are smaller islands that for one are just simple decoration, but also platforms I can jump across to other islands. This allows for reaching all the islands without making use of the elytra. So if my elytra breaks or I for some reason don't have one on me, I can still access all the islands. Alright, quick talk. I know in the last episode I said I was gonna build the trading hall in episode 6, however I will already build it in this video. The reason for that is that I simply didn't have enough footage to make a video. If I wanted to stretch it out to maybe 6 or 7 minutes, I would have had to add clips I had already decided to cut out because they were too boring. So that's why I grinded a little more to get the trading hall built already in this episode. That's also the reason for the longer delay of the video, so sorry about that. Anyways, let's get to grinding the resources. Now it's time to get started with building the actual trading hall. I've already been talking a lot about it, so I will make this short. The design is completely made by me, so I'm really excited to show it to you. I'm not the best at redstone, but I wanted to make a little bit of an over-the-top trading hall. The way it works, I will show you next time, so you can see for yourself what I did, and if you have any improvements, make sure to write them in the comment section below. Now, let's get to it. Finally, we're done. This project took up a long time to make, from planning the design, improving it, to gathering all the resources and ultimately building the trading hall. This video took me way longer to create than I expected. So once again, sorry for the long wait. I was just really busy and I didn't think I would have this little free time next to studying. Anyways, the next episode should take less time to make because the upcoming projects will produce more footage per time spent in the Minecraft world. So what this means is that I won't have to cut out a lot of the recorded footage. For now, there are only 2 more episodes planned for phase 1, then we can already move on to phase 2. This doesn't mean I'm done with the Sky Island Empire. As mentioned before, phase 2 will be the overworld perimeter. I also said I was gonna destroy the end and build my own end island, but that's gonna be phase 3. So I divided phase 2 now into 2 separate phases. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as the others. I will work hard on giving you another video sooner than this time. Having that said, I'll see you in the next episode.